My favorite part, okay. Passion, love, excitement, honestly, these have to be the recipes that you guys are thinking about as you're dreaming about like what you're gonna become in this business. So just two quick things first. You can either be an entrepreneur that gets into the beverage game from the marketing perspective, and you're a slick marketer and you've got some marketing idea, or you're authentic as an entrepreneur. You actually have a real reason of why you launched your company. A family member died of cancer. You were a passionate kid growing up like me, eating organic and vegetarian, and believed in changing the world through better values. Whatever the thing is that gets you into this industry, and hopefully most of you are getting into the healthy side of it here today because that's where the trend is, that becomes who you are. So I've always found the most successful entrepreneurs, whether it's Seth at Honesty and my friends over at Zico and Guayaki and Sambazon, we're kind of all like in the same boat. We all actually came in authentically to change the world and make a difference. And I've seen all these buddies of mine in the past 15 years grow their companies to 10, 20, 50 million, 100 million exit, but we all collectively shared that same thing. The guys that got into the business and the girls that got into the business and beverage that I've seen the past 15 years that were just marketing, slick marketing people that were trying to sell an idea, they never built a company. They never really built a brand successfully because it wasn't authentic. So I just want to put it out there. Authenticity comes from you, comes from your passion. It's what builds a company. We're not here to launch products, we're here to build beverage companies. 7 keys to manifesting your dream. How much time do I have? Like 5 minutes? 10? Ooh, we can do a little question and answer? All right, 7 keys to manifesting your dream. I know this is not really part of like beverage school, but I just want to share this with you because honestly, think about like the position you're in for the people in this room that are launching your beverage company. You've got an idea in your head, and that idea has to be translated into a fully functioning company that's going to be a living entity, because basically that's what a company is. First, these are my steps. They always work for me, and that's why I'm on my 4th company right now, and that's why I'm able to continue to stay in this business 15 years and have made a great, in fact, a phenomenal living being a beverage entrepreneur. I haven't exited yet. None of my companies have really sold or have cashed out for millions of dollars yet. 1 or 2 may, but I've made a great living, a fantastic living, and had tons of fun. But it starts with vision. Whatever the ideas you guys have, you have got to have a burning vision that you hold in your mind of what this thing, this idea is going to become, call it a decade from now. You almost got to really just see that picture and hold on to it. It's got to be burning though. It can't be like wishy-washy, I'm going to launch a beverage company, I think it's going to be this, it's not. You've got to finally own the vision, whatever it is you come up with at the end of the day. You've got to have a burning, overwhelming desire to actually want to take that vision and become a beverage entrepreneur, because this is not for everybody, this game. It's an extremely tough industry. We know the numbers. Most people don't have the big success and liquidity events, but you've got to have that desire to then take that vision and turn it into a reality. The belief, this is a big one people forget. Like, you know, people have vision, they've got desire, but they don't believe in themselves that their beverage concept or their company they're going to create is really going to be a viable concept. They're like stuck in, well, will it work? Can it work? I'm not sure. And I've got clients like that now that are in this belief stage of not really believing if they could do it. You've got to own it. You've got to believe it. It's got to be part of every little bit of the DNA in your body that you believe this company is going to be what your vision is. I can tell you examples of that same 3 things with all the other companies that I've known the entrepreneurs on that have been successful. They've all got those first 3 things. But then, it's not enough just to have vision and desire and belief. You've got to completely accept that going into the beverage business and becoming a beverage entrepreneur is what you're going to do. It's not like I'm going to go work still in my job and on the weekends I'm going to sell cases out of my car and see what happens, and you know, I'm all day long at work saying I'm one thing, but then at nighttime I'm a beverage entrepreneur. I've just never seen that ever work out for people. And I know people have to stay in their jobs and they have to do what they've got to do while they're launching, but my suggestion is totally 100% own being a beverage entrepreneur, own that this is what you're going to do at least for the next year, and accept it. And then once those 4 things are done, that's like the setup. Intention. You've got to intend that all that you dreamt up and you believe in, you accept, and your vision, you've got to then intend for it to happen. You've got to actually make that commitment that I'm going to be a beverage entrepreneur. And what's the next step? Maybe it's calling John Craven and Jeff Kleiman at BevNet saying, I want to tell you about my idea. I'm intending to launch it. You've got to start the energy, talking about it. Call folks like us and the other consultants that are here today and entrepreneurs that are going to be speaking, and start to talk about it. Start to act like it's going to happen. Then it's the action. Once that's done, if there's not the action, obviously nothing happens. That is the action of, I'm resigning from my job today, and tomorrow I'm waking up as XYZ. Whatever it is, Darius Bickoff from Vitamin Water, Seth Goldman from Honest Tea, whatever your names are, plus your brand, you are taking action. You have to take the action that your entire life is going to change. Like literally, like it's like the craziest concept. All of us, including myself, have had probably corporate jobs or real jobs before we were beverage entrepreneurs. You don't grow up a beverage entrepreneur. You don't start it at 18. You don't do it the day after college. You usually have a career first, then you go into it. That action is huge because you're waking up one day and all of a sudden your entire world changes. You are Eric Schnell, the owner of MetaBrand. And then all your conversations are going to be like that. And that's what you become. That's when you are the brand you become. It's huge. But the last thing is, and everything else doesn't work without this, and again, this is just based on my experience, 15 years, it's my story. I've made a great living. I've seen other people make great livings. It's all about the allowance. You then just have to let it go. You have to let it go, and you have to sit there and say to the universe, it's all in your hands now. I'm not going to figure out all the steps along the next 10 years till I sell to Coke or till I build the next whatever it is. I'm going to just allow it to happen. And I'm going to go now do my job as a beverage entrepreneur and focus on my dream. And that to me is the most important thing at the end, just allow it and let go and go do it. Things usually work out synchronistically in this industry for most people that have those 7 steps that I've seen. So that's me, guys. Love the business, and I'd love to talk to anyone that wants to talk to me after this, and proud to be here and proud to be part of this industry.